Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a fascinating framework evaluating Prophet Muhammad's historical claims. We're looking at a source text that objectively breaks this history down into four distinct hypotheses. So the big question, was he delusional, deceitful, a social reformer, or genuinely receiving divine revelation? Here is our roadmap. Delusional, a deliberate liar, a revolutionary reformer, or a true prophet. First up, Hypothesis 1. Could he have been mentally delusional or suffering from psychological instability? Notice the stark contrast here. Claims of instability clash heavily with his highly disciplined 23-year track record. For decades, he thrived in high-pressure roles like judge and general, showing incredible consistency and organizational genius. All right, Hypothesis 2. Was he a deliberate liar who fabricated his religious claims for personal gain? Well, before claiming prophethood at age 40, he was actually famous among his people for striking honesty. Historically, opponents allegedly offered him massive wealth and total political power just to abandon his message. He famously refused, stating that even if given the sun and moon, he'd never abandon his pursuit. A crazy test of character happened when a solar eclipse occurred on the exact day his son died. Instead of claiming the cosmos mourned his loss for personal glory, he immediately corrected that misunderstanding. Plus, he and his followers faced severe persecution. He even lived modestly after gaining major political power. Critics also argue it's highly unusual for an author seeking personal prestige to include self-correcting verses. Moving on, Hypothesis 3. Was he simply a groundbreaking social revolutionary or reformer? He undeniably revolutionized Arabian society, replacing brutal tribal practices with strict moral justice in just one generation. But from an Islamic perspective, calling him just a revolutionary completely ignores his consistent claims of divine revelation. Finally, Hypothesis 4. Let's look at the evidence believers point to claiming he's a true prophet. Believers highlight Quranic predictions, like the incredibly accurate foretold recovery of the Byzantine Empire. Tradition states he was unlettered, yet he delivered complex historical narratives that completely baffled surrounding cultures. Crucially, the Quran challenged Arabia's master poets to match its linguistic power. That challenge remains historically unmet. Considering his long reputation, sacrifices, and massive impact, Muslims conclude the only reasonable explanation is divine prophethood.